It's more than that. That piano holds and I think embodies the spirit of who my family is and was. Hello my amazing YouTube family. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys have no idea how much you guys mean to me and how much you have been helping me through this process. I'm obviously barefaced and looking, wow, I just looked in sunlight and it says a lot. Let's just say I'm stressed and I'm tired and the face shows, it usually does. But this is my very first video that I'm recording in my new apartment, and it's taken me I've been here 3 weeks already and I have not filmed here. It actually took me an hour to try to figure out this setup and how I wanted to do it, and I've been moving things around and it doesn't feel comfortable yet, you know what I mean? And I thought that it would be very apropos for the very first video that I did to be a get ready with me, because I have a lot to say. I always have a lot to say. You guys know this if you've been here for any length of time, but in particular I just wanted to talk and to catch up and let you know some stuff that's going on. I feel very oddly far away because I was so used to just sitting down and having everything like right in front of me that I am not used to this. I think I have to get an external larger monitor because I can really not see anything in the monitor because it's so far away. But anyway, I did my skincare. Yeah, I had been neglecting it for a while, and I'm just using random stuff that I have out because everything is definitely not put away. I can't find a lot of things, so I'm going to use what is basically available and in front of me. Some of it's going to be old. The only really new thing that I have is the palette that I'm so excited to try because it's very meaningful to me. So anyway, I haven't tried this in a while. This is the Dawn Patrol Classic Primer from Coola. I'm hoping I like it. I don't remember, don't know. I have a lot of my primers out. I'm still missing a couple because I had kept some, oh this smells awful. I had kept some things out the last few days before I moved. Oh hell, ooh, that's not, yeah, that's not good. Before I had moved because I needed to pack up everything else, and I packed up everything else at the last minute. It feels very silicone-y, as I most definitely expected it to feel, but the smell was off-putting for a minute. Hoping that it doesn't pill and that my foundation goes on well on top of it. And I feel like I don't know. I'm gonna have to look in editing to see if I'm actually not tilted, because I feel like who knows. Anyway, let's pick a foundation to use. Nothing, and I do mean nothing, has been looking good on my skin lately. I'm sure I know why that is. Not much you can do about it. So I thought I would pull out these two guys. This is the Soap and Glory All Day Wear. Just all day wear. I have two colors because I don't think that one in particular worked for me. I have number 4 and number 3. We'll see which one looks better or if I have to combine them. I also want to use the Say, and it's on the bottom and I can't read it, but it's what everyone is calling the dupe. No, they're not calling this the dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. It's like the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I do, I'm lying. I'm lying already. It's only been a few minutes. I have that one in a little bit of a baby one. And I don't know. I can't compare them because I don't know either of them well enough to compare them. That sounds funny. This gave me a little bit of a glow. I don't know if it's any type of miracle. Does it matter? Not really. I am also going to color correct with the Kaja Cat Nap. Since this one, the Dragon Beauty, which I do like, but look what happened. The little baby doe foot thing fell off of it. And also I was looking at the product, and this is not that old, mind you, and it's all separated in here. I feel like I have to get so close to the camera again. It's going to take me a little bit of a time. Yeah, that. It's going to take me some time to get used to everything. So I was so grateful to you guys for coming to the live. I had quite a few people there, way more than I actually expected to be there, and I was really, really grateful. It was extremely nice to catch up with you guys, and I have soap on. I'll be right back. I had soap on my sponge from when I washed it, and I guess I didn't rinse it out enough, and I don't really feel like putting soap on my face. This is the Beauty Bakerie sponge. I had a gazillion sponges open and out. I should not say open, but the ones that I was using, don't know what box they're in. So I have, I think, a Manny MUA sponge, a Huda Beauty sponge, and then the Big Daddy, the, what is this one? If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. These guys, I have to get rid of very quickly. They do not last as long as I would like. Anywho, I'm rambling. So, I don't even know what I was saying. I just want to say that I am trying to unpack. I'm walking around in like a bit of a fog. I feel like everything's in chaos. The house in the Bronx is still not completely emptied out, and that's causing me a lot of stress. But with the way I've been feeling, I can only do so much, and I'm doing it alone, and that's fine, but I can only do so much at a time. It's just, I'm not physically capable, and there isn't enough time in the day. Well, my apartment is really nice, and I like it. It's definitely not home. I've been dealing with so many triggers lately. You know, as I've said, it's hard to describe, although some of you have said that, you know, you do unfortunately understand, but the memories that keep creeping up on me, and it happens to me, it's almost like a PTSD. I don't understand completely what that feels like, but this certainly does. But I get this overwhelming panic when I'm in the supermarket. All my triggers are things that remind me or bring back a memory of my parents or my sisters, and it doesn't feel good. The memories don't bring me joy. The memories bring me anguish, and it's really distressing me. I go throughout my day and I smile and I pretend that everything is okay, because honestly, and I'm saying this and like I'm complaining, not complaining, I'm venting to you guys, but nobody wants to hear every day the same thing. People ask and they are concerned, but they also have their own lives. And I get that. Nobody wants to hear the same person complain over and over again about their problems. So I smile and I put on a good face and I just go throughout my day. But yet it feels like I'm walking around in the Twilight Zone. I desperately want to get my apartment in order, and yet I walk around in a circle and I'm like, what do I do? How do I even do this? It's like, when did I suddenly become so incapable of getting things done? I've always known that stress and grief can affect who you are to the absolute core. But because I've never let anything stop me before, the fact that this is happening to me has been extremely stressful. I really don't have anywhere to go today, but I had been trying the Simply Ageless Triple Action Concealer, the one from Covergirl that is almost $20, and I could like beat myself over the head because I didn't realize how much it was when I bought it in CVS. It has that ceramic tip, but the few times that I tried it, I really didn't like it, so I'm very hesitant to use it today. So instead, I'm going to use the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. This is one of the few that I like. Believe it or not, with the drawer full of concealers that I have, I've been able to find four, and this is another one of them. The only good thing is that I was able to, I'm going to be all over the place. I'm telling you now, I'm kind of going to be squirrel throughout this because things will pop randomly into my brain and they will just randomly come out of my mouth. Well, that is kind of the way things happen, right? Regardless, that's how it's going to be. I'm happy because I was able to get my piano, which is my grandmother's, from my parents' house, It cost me almost $800 to do so, but to me, I would have rather slept on the floor in my living room because it's going to be a little bit tight with having the piano in my living room, but I would rather sleep on the floor than give up that piano. Some people were rather critical of it. They're like, oh, just let it go. No, I can't let it go because everyone who says that did not spend the amount of time in the house as I did. They didn't spend as much time as I did. They don't have all of the memories that I have of my dad sitting down and playing that piano. My sister playing that piano. She and I playing together. That piano has way too many memories for me to let it go. It is just an object, but me being a musician, it's more than that. That piano holds and I think embodies the spirit of who my family is and was. And here comes the garbage truck. Before you heard people screaming and other kinds of things in my neighborhood, now we hear garbage trucks. In the tiny little room where my filming room is now is on the street. My bedroom is all the way in the back. My apartment is like very narrow. It goes from room to room to room to room. It's what they call like a shotgun style apartment. And thank goodness it's not too big because I find myself forgetting something in one end of the apartment and having to walk back and forth and back and forth. I feel like one of my cats. I do have the window open because it is like a beautiful 68 degrees here in New York. And I am thoroughly enjoying having the breeze. You know, all the videos that you guys are going to be seeing, at least for a little while, are going to be the ones that I filmed in my house, and I'm really backed up, so I'm doing my best to try to edit. It's like, do I edit and film and then unpack and then go back to the house and do more? Like, I'm waiting for that moment where I can just throw myself back on my imaginary couch, because I don't have a couch. The only thing in my living room right now is boxes, two dresses which I'm using as living room furniture because they don't fit in my bedroom, and my piano. So I can throw myself on the floor and relax, or I can throw myself on my lovely, amazing bed, by the way. This is, I came across it as I was going through my boxes. What company? It's translucent, loose finishing powder. What is the Nude by Nature? I came across it. I must have gotten it in some kind of box or another. Actually, I am going to go out today. It's 11:19 already. I got up at 7:30 and I've just been walking in circles. I think I don't even know anymore. I have this cute little powder puff that, again, I came across. And I'm just going to try pressing this in. I do find that when I use a puff and press the powder in, my makeup definitely lasts longer. It can look a little bit cakey depending upon the powder that you're using, but I find that I like it. Powder's pretty nice. It's not looking cakey or anything. As I said that, it starts to look cakey. You know, it's odd. I can't even figure out how I want to organize my makeup. I'm using the Complex Culture brush that we got in one of our Ipsies. They are very nice brushes. They don't last as long as I would like them to, which is why I'm really grateful that I don't pay full price, because full price, these are very costly. And since I'm sitting by an open window, I'm wondering who can hear me and whether they think I'm talking to my cat or to myself, or
I'm just absolutely crazy.
Does it matter in the long run? Maybe. These do have to be my neighbors for however long I am here. I am again going to use the puff for my under eyes. I can't find any of my refer brushes. I have all of these brushes in front of me. I can't find my really expensive ones, which I kind of put together, and that's really frustrating me. I know they're in a box somewhere. But again, it's like I want the comforts of the things that I had surrounding me in my old home. I always use to set my under eyes one of a couple of powders. The Laura Mercier has kind of been bumped by the Urban Decay Velvetizer, believe it or not. It's one of the ones that really looks decent on my under eyes when so many powders do not. Well, I'm not looking too horrific. That's a really good start. I'm going to contour just a little bit with Trees Prime and Fine. Look at how beat up this is, and there's quite a dip. I really don't use, this is supposedly, I didn't even finish that sentence. I really don't use this size. It's a highlighter, but not a blingy highlighter. I think it's meant to be like a matte highlighter, but the tone is really, really good for me. So I'm going to use my Sigma F04 brush. I haven't seen this one in a while. Well, I mean, I've seen it. I haven't used it in a while. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of contouring. It's funny, lately, my contour and my bronzer and blush have been just looking terrible on me lately. I've almost wanted to not wear them. I can say that in the last 3 years, I've mentioned this before, I have aged incredibly, and I am doing my same skin routine, which I have a very dedicated skincare regimen, and I think it's what helped me stay looking younger than my age for quite some time. But I look back at videos just 2 to 3 years ago and I'm like, wow, I went from looking rather youthful to I don't know what is going on. See, to me, I look at my under eyes right now and I'm like, they just look creepy and yucky. Maybe it's because I'm in full sunlight and I have this simple human mirror which shows every flaw known to man, but at least you know you're getting your makeup and things to look as best that they can. I really want to feel, as I said, comfortable and try to make this space my own. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, this still smells like chocolate. I love it. This is the Tarteist Pro Glow palette. It's filthy as all heck, but it has one cream bronzer and one powdered bronzer, and then the rest are highlighters. I've mixed and matched the highlighters a little bit, but the cream bronzer, I love it, but I always forget to use it. And this powdered bronzer is very nice, but as I said, the scent just makes me so happy, and I can't find my favorite bronzer brush, and that's bothering me too. You know, maybe if I had the comforts that I had in my old place, and what I mean by comforts? What's a comfort? I don't know. What I mean by comforts is just the familiar things to make being here a little bit better. If it wasn't for my friends, I don't know how I would be here and surviving. My friends have been absolutely amazing. You guys have been amazing as well because of your support and everything else. But there are friends who are here and who are able to help me with some things and also be an IRL support, if you know what I mean. I'm glad I found this. I only found this today. I was using a bunch of different bronzers and from different palettes, and they just weren't looking really nice. But honestly, I'm kind of liking the way this looks on my skin. Maybe I just needed my familiar products to kind of start to feel better about them, you know? Let's see how the blush goes on. I haven't played with this one in a long time. This is the Too Faced Sugar Peach Face and Eye Palette. I've mostly used it as eye palette, but it has lots of glowy, blushy colors, and I don't know, I just want to try a glowy blush today. This is a Morphe brush and something 3 brush. I'm going to take, I don't think it has colors, or yes it does. Peach Pop. It's a shimmery, kind of babyish pink. Of course, get the hair out of my face. Yeah, that's a little bit too glowy. What did I do? Okay, let's just say these are just going to be highlighters and eye stuff because, yeah, that wasn't what I planned on. Alright, I gotta find a blush. I have no clue where all of my blushes are, and I gotta use a different brush because I don't even know where my brush thingy cleaner thing is. Oh. All right, let's use this Midas Cosmetics brush here, and I'm going to use the blush from my Estee Lauder palette that I got with that kit with the velvet bag, and it came with a bunch of stuff. This is actually a very nice kit, but I just don't know about the blush color. I'm going to be so mad if this video turns out poorly as far as the production value of it, because it's a lot of effort to film these, and usually I said because I don't work off of a script and I speak more stream of consciousness, it's hard to replicate, and sometimes that's good and sometimes not so much. Yeah, it has that look. I can no longer rely on the viewfinder. I can't see. That's the problem. Can't see. If I had another camera, see, this camera I don't think will hook up to an external monitor. I can look at the instructions. It's not a hugely expensive camera. I think it was maybe $300 to $325, something like that. And no, it doesn't have wireless or Bluetooth. So, because I have like an old, tiny little TV. It's a flat screen, but it's probably from at least 12 years ago, but it's tiny. It's more the size of a monitor, a computer monitor. And I'm hoping that maybe I could put it up, hang it up over there, if I could figure out a way to connect it. Because I'm also hoping that I'm going to be able to leave my setup. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. That's going to just remain to be, yes, it's going to remain to be seen. Okay. The blush sort of kind of messed up my, not messed up, the peachy blush that I put on as blush, and it was more of a highlighter, kind of took away my bronzer, so I want to just go back for a minute. I keep looking at the viewfinder because that's really how I relied a lot on how things will maybe look on camera, and I can't do that, so it's interesting. Obviously my situation is not unique. Many, so many people, countless, thousands, millions, who knows, have been through maybe my situation. But I'm not them, and they are not me. And each person has to go through and process and experience things as they experience them. I am going to use this Juvia's Place highlighter brush number 01. I love it because it's in the purple. And I actually found this Kokie Cosmetics Soft Glow highlighter. It may be a little bit too gold. It's called Heavenly. But I'm going to try it anyway because why not? Well, it's definitely soft glow. The texture of this is really stunning, but it is most definitely a soft glow. It looks much more vibrant in the pan. I don't know. I think I want something a little bit more blingy, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to use my Winky Lux S'mores palette. Gotta love Winky Lux for the cat stuff because, well, I mean, you have to because it's cats. It comes with the bronzer, but it is shimmery, so I'm just going to use the white one. Still not as blingy as I want, but I'm going to stop there because who knows what I'm going to look like outside, although I do have the direct natural light. Never mind, we're going to leave it at that. So the star of the show is going to be the Nomad Hudson Valley palette. I purchased this as soon as it came out. Now this is the only palette, maybe one other, that I'm going to be allowing myself to get. There are so many, and I do mean so many things that I want, but I just can't. But I had to get this one because it's Hudson Valley. The Hudson Valley is extremely special to me for so many reasons, and I love it because all of the names are significant to me and I feel a connection to it. And this is beautiful. It has a matte type feeling. It kind of goes with the theme of it, and it's extremely fall. Now it's so funny, I've heard every single person reviewing this saying it's the perfect fall palette. Is that a talking point? I mean, the packaging is definitely fall, but I kind of get annoyed at hearing the same people, not the same people, but people repeating the same thing over and over and over again as if it's a script. I just like to speak and give my opinion. I really like the color story. I've struggled with it a little bit, only for me, just because right now I'm extremely indecisive. But I love that it has these very cool toned, I don't want to say grungy, I want to say like fall, leaves turning after they turn, this golden color type stuff. It's beautiful. And then it has these really vibrant fall colors that you would most definitely see on turning leaves. You do only have 3 shimmers right down the middle, which splits the 2 themes of the palette, which I really find interesting. I do kind of wish that it had maybe one more, a little bit more neutral shimmer, but I totally understand why they went with these, because any of these 3 shimmers will most definitely go on top of either side of the split pan palettes. You know what I mean by that. I have been mostly playing with this side the 2 or 3 times that I used it. I haven't really touched this one, and I kind of want to, but these colors are always the ones that call to me. So I am going to play with this side, and maybe I will mix in just a little bit of something else. I have my good old trusty Wet n Wild P20 brush, and I'm going to take this, which is Ghost Tour. If you aren't familiar with the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Sleepy Hollow is like no big deal to me because I've been there so many times, but people find the ghost story fascinating, and they have all kinds of special things for Halloween. From what I heard, where I am now, Halloween is a big, big deal, which I'm not used to because in the Bronx, nobody came trick-or-treating. It was very, very quiet. So it's going to be interesting. And again, I got a trigger because I just had a memory brought back to me of going trick-or-treating with my mom and my niece and nephew when they were little, and I just had that memory. And the memories are not, as I said, they're not bringing me joy, and I can smile and say those are wonderful times. All of them are like a little stab. Every time a new one comes on, it's like I get this little stab in my chest, and they're all painful, and I don't want them to be. I want to enjoy the memories that I have. I have to clean my brushes because I don't know where my color switch is. This is the, again, one of my favorites, the Cinema Secrets Quick Drying Brush Cleanser. The other one, I even have it right here as a matter of fact. This is the makeup brush cleaner, but these you have to let dry, and I just want to be able to use my brushes right away, so. I'm going to take Apple Cider Donut, and the embossings on these pans are freaking adorable. Each one of them is relevant to the name of the shadow. Wow, this is much more pigmented than I had anticipated. I think I was just saying one of the biggest triggers for me, and I don't even know if I just mentioned this before, that's how scatterbrained I am. But going to the grocery store is torturous for me. Not only for the reason that it triggers my vertigo, but because it reminds me of, oh, I should get that for Daddy, and Daddy used to send me out with the most specific list of things he wanted, and it is so painful because I'm like, oh, I would have gotten that for my dad, and my dad would have liked that. And the same thing happened when my mom passed away, and even with today it still happens. It's like, I would have gotten that from my mommy, and I remember the foods that she used to make, and the fact that I'll never have them again, and they're all painful memories. You think that you're prepared to lose your parents. You're never prepared to lose a sibling. That is just, especially at the ages that I've lost mine and under the circumstances, etc. But you think that somehow you can prepare yourself for losing your parents. And I am here to tell you, and I'm sure many of you will agree, that you absolutely cannot. I mean, obviously we expect to lose our parents at some point in time. That's the nature of things, that's life, but I said I was privileged to be able to have spent the last 10 years of my life living with my parents. And again, you develop such a different relationship with them. It becomes, I don't want to say friendship, because especially with my parents and their ages, that was different for them. But it definitely becomes a different experience. And one that I can say that I treasured. Yes, did we get on each other's nerves sometimes? We're human. Of course we did. We definitely got on each other's nerves. But for the most part, it was such a wonderful thing to be able to share that time. Now, even though it's off the beaten path of going along the cools, you don't have to play by the rules. So I want to take this Oktoberfest, which is kind of on the cool side, but it still has a little bit of that plumminess, that little deepness, or a little bit of warmth that I think I want. Wow. And by the way, I'm just using one of the Farrah brushes. By the way, and of course, this Nomad palette came so beautifully packaged. It came in an, hello, it came in an envelope, but it was kind of wrapped up extremely well, and the brown packaging had Nomad written on it. It was beautifully packaged. I wanted to do a little unboxing, but you know, best laid plans don't always work the way you want them to. See what I mean? This color adds just a little bit of warmth, but it still kind of goes with the cool tones that I really wanted to play with, so. I can't believe it took me so long to sit down and film here. I guess I had a lot of anxiety about it. Okay, I had to stop and step away for a minute because I realized that I was going in a direction that saying stuff that I just didn't want to say. I'm going to say this. You probably missed a little bit of the eye look, but I'll do another look with the palette. I'm just going to say that thank God for friends, because without my friends, I don't think I could have gotten through this. And there goes the fire alarm. Oh, okay. I think that was just to let us know it's 12 o'clock. Like, lots of things I'm getting used to. The main issue is I want this to feel like home. And I don't know if it will. It's just going to be taking it day by day and minute by minute and seeing where that leads. I'm going to take Mountain Hike, this middle, if you can see it, this middle toned green here. I'm going to run that on the lower lash line. I'm actually going to run that Mountain Hike, not run it, not running anywhere with it at all. And I'm going to put this mostly across all of my lid, and then I'm going to put one of the shimmers on top. I'm hoping to be able to feel more comfortable in this filming space because I have so many boxes sitting. I have like 6 of them. I still haven't gotten my Boxy Lux. I signed up for Boxy Lux just for this 1 month and then I'm going to cancel again. I still haven't gotten it. I emailed them. I'm waiting for a response back. I'm going to use this Too Faced double-ended Dumble. Well, at least I can say I took my aphasia from my old place to my new place. And I'm going to use Leaf Peeping, which has this adorable New York State embossing on it. Hopefully I'll be able to zoom in editing. First time I'm using this one. It's a pretty, definitely a fall gold, that is for sure. So I just wish they had maybe a little bit more of a neutral shimmer, if you know what I mean. Remember I said in the beginning that there are so many things that I want to get and I just can't. So I want to do what I'm going to be calling the product report on new releases and talk about all the things that I wish I could get but cannot, unfortunately. That's really pretty. I am going to put this gorgeous green, which is called Corn Maze, here. There we go. In my inner corner, because why not? It's an absolutely gorgeous color. I'm loving this palette because you can get so many different looks out of it, and they're all just going to be gorgeous. Never ever disappointed in Nomad Cosmetics. I forgot to do my brows. Okay, so I don't, of course, obviously have all of my brow products, which is, again, annoying the absolute bejeebies out of me. I lied, I take that back. I did find my drawer full of most of them, but again, the ones that I kept out, I put somewhere in that bag that I was using, and I don't know where they are, so therefore, I'm going to use what's in here, and I just need some micellar water because I want to clean off my spoolie. That didn't work as planned either. This is an older brow pencil that is obviously well used, so oh well, we're going to do the best we can. Oh, can I share another story again? Squirrel. So I haven't gotten my nails done professionally in probably like 3 years, and I have a nail salon right down the block from my house, so I figured I would go there and treat myself to a manicure. I was going to get a pedicure and a manicure, but the pedicure was like $60, and I was like, oh yeah, no, I can't afford that. So for 15 bucks, which I still think is ridiculous for nails, just a plain old regular manicure, I got my nails done, and they're really cute. I like them, but she nipped me the first time that I got my nails done in forever, and she nicks me when she's cutting my cuticles. And you know, and like I felt so bad because I was like, ow! And like everybody turned and looked at me, and you know, she didn't even apologize. She didn't say, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. She looked at my nail and was studying it and looking, and as it started bleeding, she took out that liquid stuff and a cotton pad and put it on there to stop bleeding. Not, I'm sorry, nothing. She just did that and then kept on going. And that was it. And I'm like, okay. Nobody said anything to me at the end of it. And I was like, great. First time I go to pamper myself, and she cuts the crap out of my cuticle. I live in a very, very small town, which is good and bad. There's a sense of community, which is really nice, but at the same time, everybody knows your business. Everyone kind of knows everyone else, and everyone knows your business. And I'm not used to that. Everyone in the Bronx just kind of kept to themselves, so that's very different for me. Benefit brow products are most definitely some of my favorite. I've been using them for years. This one is the Goof Proof. I really prefer the Precisely My Brow because it's so thin, but I'm out of it, and I said I'm not going to go buy another one until I finish these because I have too many that I have to go through. I mean, here's my drawer of brow products, minus like the 2 or 3 that I said I kept out because I was using them, obviously, as I got ready the last few days, but this is what I gotta go through. I found the Brow Gal, the, Billion Dollar Brows, the clear brow gel. It's nice. It's just a regular old clear brow gel. I'm really preferring the clear ones, although I do sometimes use the colored ones, but they tend to make a mess and then I have to clean it up, and it's annoying, so there's that. Let's do some eyeliner. I'm going to be a broken record, but because I couldn't find most of my eyeliners, I had found a couple in like my backup stash that I hadn't used, and I forgot how much I like this one. This is the Clinique Pretty Easy Liquid Eyeliner, and this one is so nice. It has this beautiful tip on it, and it really glides so effortlessly across the lid. I've been doing a very, very thin line because I honestly don't want to futz with trying to do a wing or anything of the sort. And of course, as I say that, I would slip and make a boo-boo, but that's typically me. Nuggie! Hi, Nug! Look who came to visit, guys! Baby Nugget! Say, oh goodness, say hi, Nuggie. Say hi, Nug. Say hi, Nugget girl. She's such a good girl. Say hi, my beautiful princess. No? She just wants my attention, but she doesn't want to do anything. Alright, she's not playing. Yeah, now this one is thicker than this one. Oh, lordy. Nugget, what's the matter? Nuggy. She's talking to me. I don't know what she's saying though. And then I'm going to use, you know what? No, I don't want to use the Ulta. I want to use the Huda Beauty. The difference between that Clinique and the Huda Beauty, this one just leaves a thick mess on me. I liked it for a little bit, but now that my eyes have gotten even more hooded than usual, that liquid part doesn't work, but I did this already before. I forgot that the other side fell out. So, okay, so we are going to use the Ulta Beauty liner. I think this is like a grayish, yeah. It's a gray, it's not a black, but it'll work for now. See what I mean? I just want to have like everything in place. Do you know what it means? Like everything seems so discombobulated and it's making me feel so desperately unsettled. By the way, this is the Nabla Cupid's Arrow. I adore these. I can only find this one. This is the brown. I have a brown. I have a blue. And I forget what the other color is. But I love these. I want to get more. I have no idea where most of my lip products are. Don't know where my lip liners are or anything. I do have my Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury out here, and I want to use also this TYS Beauty Lip Plumper, which is really nice. And I'm just going to throw some of the Pillow Talk on top. I'm going to spray my face before I do my mascara because you know what a disaster that would be if I did not. I'm running out of my Professional Super Setter, which I love, love, love. Not only a wonderful product, but the best mister, especially on a mini, that I have ever tried in my entire life. Now, again, I'm just a broken record. Couldn't find my mascaras, so I broke out a brand new mascara. I have the Damn Girl from Too Faced. I love the packaging. It's absolutely adorable. But I don't like it as much as I used to. I can tell you that I've been loving my e.l.f. a million times more. And I don't have any of my primers, so I'm going to go in with this, but I'm not liking it. It's been clumping on me. I used to really love it. Okay, this time it went on pretty decently, and of course, you know, I could use my eyelash separator and stuff, but lately I have been wanting things to just work. I don't want to mix my foundations right now. I don't want to futz with things. I don't want things to be finicky. I just want things to work the minute I put them on my face, and that's changed to me because normally I have a lot more patience. That's the thing. I think I've run out of patience. That could be it. Well, my friends, this is the final look. Everything that I've used, I said mostly I've definitely used before. That didn't make sense, but you expect that. I am absolutely in love with this palette. I cannot wait to play with it some more. This is a fairly subtle look, and I like that. You can go bold with these warm, beautiful colors, or you can get a nice, subtle, cool-toned, fallish look as well. It's a very well-curated palette. The owners of the company are amazing. They always write handwritten notes, and you know that they're handwritten. You can tell when something is actually printed on there to look handwritten, or if it's actually handwritten by people who actually care and take the time to do so. I do want to thank you guys for taking the time to listen, to do this with me, for letting me share and be real with you guys. And I can say again that I've received more support from you guys than I have from some people in my real life. That's how I'm going to word what I tried to say before. You know, you have to be careful what you say on the internet. I'm also very close to the train, as you can hear. There's going to be a lot of different sounds. I don't have the TV anymore, but that's been replaced by some other sounds. But again, you guys have been amazingly supportive, and I couldn't gotten through this without you either. I hope you like the look that I did, and please let me know if you guys got the palette. Nugget says she misses you guys too. And I look forward to more videos from my new space with my new life and my new chapter, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. So I love you. You're all amazingly wonderful people, and of course, my friends, whatever part of the world you're in and around, I hope you're having an amazing day or an amazing night, depending upon when you're watching this, and I'll see you guys soon in my next one. Come back and visit. Much love. Bye.